Hi and welcome everyone here on 2K Sports. Can't wait to get some NBA action going. Tonight we'll see the Utah Jazz as they play against the Brooklyn Nets at Barclays Center. Hi, hey Dave.
Well, Kyrie Irving rediscovered his maternal lineage with the White Mountain family of the Standing Rock Sioux tribe. He lost his mother at a young age, and by connecting with her roots, he's found a piece of himself. The tribe gave him the name Little Mountain. Kevin?
Great story, DA. Thank you. And let's check out a breakdown. Looking at some stats for Irving.
And guys, he's regressed a little bit offensively. He hasn't been the same this month as he was earlier in the season. He's lacking the edge that he had, and he needs to change his mindset. Stop sitting back and get into attack mode.
And checking out Utah's opening lineup, Conley and Mitchell, the talented backcourt pair. Inside, we have Ingles and Gobert. And it's Middleton in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Nets, Irving and LeVert are at the 1 and 2. Allen is out there with Durant, and it's Jordan in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. KD against Middleton. Pass to Jordan. Over Conley, and there's Jordan. That's good on the assist by Durant. Jordan's got his team on the board to start the game for Brooklyn.
And for the Nets, team dinners, you go to their practice facility, a beautiful rooftop space for team gatherings. Building chemistry is a focus for this franchise.
And that's not surprising, Greg, given that their front office is part of the San Antonio Spurs tree, so to speak. So staying connected as teammates, especially valuable in today's NBA. Love the culture here.
Last outing for Utah, it was a loss to the Wizards in Washington.
I'll tell you, they played hard, they drew fouls, but they could not convert at the line.
One of the things that you know when you miss free throws is you're giving the team opposite you all the momentum. You're failing to capitalize on their mistakes.
And that one drops.
Rudy Gobert, an athletic monster. He fends off the defense with an amazing finish.
Here's Irving. 1 up, 1 down, 2 points with his first shot this game.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well. Well, put all that size to good use. Rip it off the backboard.
LeVert with a wide open look. Offensive rebound, Nets. Allen, that's good.
Well, so often we're talking about Jared Allen's length, and he does it nicely on the offensive glass right there.
And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Ingles can't get it to go. The Nets have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Conley against Durant. And then Allen slams it in.
Well, the multi-time scoring champion Kevin Durant is showing you he has got as complete a game as there is in the NBA. What a pretty pass.
First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. To the inside, Middleton off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And this is the attack mindset you want to see coming into the game.
Get it to the right guy, get a high percentage look, and that's the kind of game they want to play tonight.
Passes it to Allen. Lobs it up for Jordan. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Baseline jumper, and again it's Utah.
Well, how good is Joe Ingles at pushing the pace in transition, understands the right route to take in space.
Outside, KD. From deep three-point range, Utah with the rebound.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have the confidence. You have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
And for most guys, I think you only want to take that shot if you've hit a few in a row. That is absolutely a heat check.
Irving dishes to KD. Middleton drives in. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Middleton's got his second basket of the game.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Outside Jordan. Back to Irving. The Nets working the ball around now. And again, no good by Brooklyn. The Jazz on offense. It's been 8 unanswered points for him. Mitchell passes to Ingles. Mitchell looking it over. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2. So is this game always evolving? Fascinating to see the players who drive that change with their unique talents find a way to do things different.
Well, probably 2 guys currently that have revolutionized the way the game is played. Stephen Curry, with the incredible range he has on his three-point shooting. You've got to guard him as soon as he crosses the half-court line. And honestly, if the goal would be good from the other side of the half-court, he'd probably push it to out there. And James Harden, so prolific at drawing fouls. It might be maddening to the fans of opposing teams, but James Harden has led the NBA or been at the top of the free throw attempts list for years now.
Great example. And it's in there.
Adding to their advantage, trying to find a way to blow this one open.
And Greg, one of the things they're doing is identifying favorable matchups and then going at them.
Chandler finds Irving. To the middle, Prince. Jordan trying to free himself up, and that's Prince. That time on the assist by Irving.
Woo-hoo! Kyrie Irving doing work with the pass. That's pretty.
Here's Moutier, and Moutier throws it down.
Gives a team such a great element having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Well, you love it, Kevin. Fearless, aggressive, leaving no doubt whatsoever.
And the call will be against Emmanuel Moutier. That is his first foul of the game. Chandler against Ilyasova. Pops it up for Jordan. Hammers the alley-oop through.
DeAndre Jordan, simply a force around the cup. This guy has rare athleticism.
Exum deciding where to go with it. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And Brooklyn called for the foul. Well, there's on Ilyasova, a bit of a journeyman in the NBA, Greg, the last handful of seasons.
Good motor on the glass, and he can chip in for a 20-point game every so often.
And both free throws good for Ilyasova.
Boy, a really soft touch on display. It is a luxury to have a big man who can hit from the line at a consistent rate.
Pass to Irving. Takes it into the teeth of the knee and converts the layup.
Well, this is one of the best in the league at converting off contact. What body control by Kyrie Irving.
56 seconds left in the first. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
The Jazz shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
And team free throw numbers really about as good as you could ask for, around 80% on the season.
And he knocks down the first one. Caruth is checked in for Wilson Chandler. Both free throws good for Ilyasova. Nets trail by 8. Irving with the bounce pass. Jordan finds Irving. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
There's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop. Fires from the line. Ilyasova gets the bucket. Ilyasova's got 8 points.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Stolen by Exum. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock.
Boy, don't you love to see the burst from Dante Exum? That lightning speed toward the cup, really nice.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
Yeah, he's at 81% from the line, and when we've had a chance to see him, he's had great form and continues to look confident.
That's good from Exum. LeVert's checked in for Brooklyn. Exum hits them both.
You know, the Australian Dante Exum, to me, Kev, has an enviable skill set. He's 6'6", and he has the potential to be special at the point guard.
Now, here's LeVert. Defense is right there. To the right side. Here's Temple, and he drops it in from the low post.
So far, both teams scorching the nets. You gotta love it.
Well, you love it when you can get off to a fast start offensively. You hate it, though, when your opponent does the same.
And so it's the Utah Jazz in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. And we'll be back with you shortly. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And the guys, what's your take on Utah so far?
Well, going to the bench early, they obviously knew what they were doing.
As a coach, I think you get a certain feel for what your team needs, and credit this guy for not waiting around. He went ahead and made the adjustment.
Nets trail by 8. And so in the game for the Jazz, Ilyasova out there with Davis. Then there's Emmanuel Mudiay. Then it's Exum, and it's O'Neal in at the small forward. And Dante Exum picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Lets a floater go. Temple can't get it to go.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
That boy, to have someone back there who can erase your mistakes, what a big-time asset defensively.
The net shooting indicative of smooth offensive play. Up at 60%. They're a machine from the floor. Now the pass to Jordan. The shot is good. And so is his shooting tonight. 3 for 4.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
LeVert against Mudiay. Shoots from the line. The shot will not fall. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. Last time they met was in Utah where they beat the Jazz.
And in the last face-off against these guys, they enjoyed a huge advantage in free throw percentage.
Baseline J on the way, and O'Neal gets it to go. And the Jazz lead by 8. For Brooklyn, they've gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. One of the most voracious rebounders per minute in the NBA. Ed Davis out of North Carolina. Terrific player.
Well, he is, Kevin. He put in a ton of time in the weight room. His Portland teammates actually used to tease him and call him Shirt Off Ed. He has bulked up and likes to throw his weight around inside now.
And although the team didn't have much success last year, Emmanuel Mudiay certainly got his career back, I thought, Doris, in the right direction.
Well, I think for Emmanuel, he had an opportunity for minutes, and he played as he needed to in order to show that he is a capable player going forward. The tools, I think, have always been there for the former number 7 pick. It's about starting to put it together consistently.
Brooklyn making some changes. Jared Allen comes in for DeAndre Jordan. And Kevin Durant is subbed in for Taurean Prince. So Utah going with an almost entirely new group. Rudy Gobert, who's checked in for Davis. Joe Ingles comes in for Ilyasova. Chris Middleton's checked in for Royce O'Neal. And Donovan Mitchell's subbed in for Exum.
Well, go ahead and just hammer it home, why don't you?
He might not be the athlete that some of the other big men are in this league, but my goodness, he still knows how to finish.
You know, you love it when he plays big. Overpowering move right there.
Durant, the pass to LeVert. It's good. He scores. That's his first basket after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
Moutier, and Moutier throws it down.
This is a strength of Moutier's, right? Get into the lane, put your speed to good use.
He had stolen by Ingles. And the layup's good off the glass. And it's a 12-point Jazz lead.
Of the 2 offenses here tonight, you can tell theirs is just a bit more in sync.
And I think because of that, they've gotten the better looks to start this basketball game.
Gobert with the block.
And the remarkable reach of the stifled tower. Gobert twice on the pipes.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now. Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. Looking at the schedule, Doris, about halfway through the season, some teams that started out very hot and were winning like crazy have now come back to earth. They've cooled a bit. They've leveled out.
I think inevitably over the course of an 82-game season, NBA players will tell you there are always ups and downs and waves of success and then the tough moments. And the best teams seem to be able to weather all of that. Not get too high when they're playing well, not get too low if they're in the middle of a slump.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Wilson Chandler's checked in for LeVert, and Kyrie Irving subbed in for Garrett Temple. Pass to Ingles, over Irving. Misses off the right iron. Nets trail by 14. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. That's good, and he's now 3 for 4 from the field.
Oh, what a move from Kyrie to keep the defenders guessing as he moves in for the score.
Conley against Irving. Deflects the pass. Here's Ingles. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Clearly a foul.
Well, Doris, you look at Joe Ingles. He's quietly become one of the better small forwards in the NBA.
And he is the prototypical don't judge a book by its cover because they call him slow-mo Joe or average Joe. But dig a little bit deeper. This guy is a quality playmaker and a knockdown shooter.
And one of those glue guys, Joe Ingles. Doris, talk about what he's brought to the table.
Oh, he brings so much to the table. Joe is an excellent shooter and passer. Mentally, he's got a great IQ. He's a leader, a communicator. And I'll say this to you, on the defensive end, they typically give him a very tough guard.
Middleton can't get it to go.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him. And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Right. You could see on that possession, one side playing with a little desperation, the other side losing focus.
Ingles kicks to Middleton. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Middleton's got 6.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
Here's something kind of interesting. There's been a lot of talk about moving the draft to after free agency. What would that look like?
Well, I think talent is always going to be at a premium. So I would think if there's a guy that's the absolute definitive #1 pick, he's going #1 regardless of roster construction. But the reality is it might help those teams who maybe if they know who's on the roster, it might change the kind of draft selection they would make. So it's an interesting supposition. We'll see if the NBA moves in that direction.
Brooklyn shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game. Well, Doris, you knew that his free agency would be one of the biggest stories of the summer. Everyone tried their best to land Kevin Durant.
And even considering the injury, anyone would be willing and able to take Kevin Durant on their roster. Why? Because when he's healthy, you become an immediate contender.
Here's Conley, and it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Conley's got his first bucket in this one.
fantastic at capitalizing from those spots. Conley has a dynamite-looking jump shot.
Irving passes to KD. 9 feet out. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got 3 assists now in this one.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Shot from the wing, and he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. And the Jazz lead by 13. Nets have gone 6 of 12 in the second quarter, right at the 50% mark from the field. With the teardrop, rebound Utah.
Boy, a really tough quarter for this guy, just struggling to make shots right now.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Passes to Karuch. On the wing, Irving. Over by Conley. And that one's good, Irving. Irving's got 8.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Conley the pass to Mitchell, and he gets the bucket.
Well, it's a level of concentration that has to happen for you to finish through contact. Donovan Mitchell doing work.
Middleton against KD. Buries it from about 10 feet away. KD's got his second basket of the night. Now Mitchell. Off target from the baseline.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
And so it's Utah. 13 points up at the end of the period. Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Let's talk about that first half. Utah finds themselves ahead after 2 quarters. They have a 13-point lead. How about you, Shaq? What did you think about Utah?
Well, they were really in attack mode. The most telling stat is how many times they got to the free throw line. They weren't all afraid to get their hand and get those elbows dirty. You know I'm a specialist when it comes to the elbows, Ernie.
Kenny, how'd you think the Nets were playing?
Well, I think they could be way more physical than they have been in the first half. Their defense gave up way too many easy looks, and that kind of defense will turn to a loss any night.
And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway.
Something that isn't his strength, but he's done a great job of finding the open man.
Well, what he did was sustain it throughout the first half. He ran the offense to absolute perfection.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. LeVert and Durant out on the perimeter. Jared Allen is out there with Jordan. And it's Irving in at the point guard position. Greg, you get so caught up in how great Durant is at scoring that you forget sometimes about his other terrific offensive skill.
You know, KD doesn't really get a lot of recognition for his passing, but he has fantastic vision. I mean, arguably, he might be the most underrated superstar ever. Sees so many double teams and does a great job of getting the ball out to open teammates.
Nets trail by 13. And here's LeVert. It's stolen by Gobert. And here's the fast break. Here's Ingles, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And the upcoming schedule for Brooklyn. On Wednesday, they'll be matching up with Al Horford and the Philadelphia 76ers. And then on Saturday, they'll be matching up against Eric Bledsoe and the Milwaukee Bucks.
And that matchup against the Sixers, it's going to be an all-out battle. And you just hope they are rested and able to execute their game plan, as it's going to be a tremendous challenge.
Of course, you can't help but notice that teams are shooting earlier in the shot clock. One theory being the faster you shoot, the more possessions you get.
Well,
the numbers would speak to that.
No doubt, Kevin. And the reality is, for announcers and for fans, that breakneck pace makes it more exciting for us. One NBA coach told me this past year that your field goal percentage in the first 10 seconds of the shot clock gives you your best opportunity to make it. And the longer that shot clock goes on, the more your field goal percentage dips. So, hey, good for us, good for the fans, good for the teams.
And that's because the defense has a chance to set it, correct?
Exactly right.
Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish. And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball.
Boy, as slow a start as you could have. Just 1 for 4 from the field. They're struggling.
Gobert with it. He's picked up by Jordan. And stolen by Jordan. Irving against Conley. Irving dishes to Jordan. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Boy, that's 3 for 4 this half. You like that they're starting with a little bit of extra energy. Nice.
So for the Nets, Taurean Prince, he's checked in for Allen. And Garrett Temple subbed in for LeVert. And a switcher also for Utah. Emmanuel Moutier's checked in for Royce O'Neal.
Well, how about the 2008 NBA draft? DeAndre Jordan becomes the 35th pick and becomes an all-star for the first time in 2017. Boy, really an example of what can happen when you put the work in.
Chris Middleton's checked in for the Jazz. Outside Jordan. Fires the three. Ingles with the rebound. Jazz leading by 8. Now, here's Exum. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. Over Irving. Got it. Nice one there from Exum.
Well, the rise up and fire from Dante Exum, something he needs to do if the defense gives him space.
Outside Irving. Pass to Durant. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
How about the body control Kevin Durant has? My goodness gracious. Takes the punishment and makes the shot anyway.
The Nets haven't yet missed a free throw. 5 for 5.
And team free throw numbers really about as good as you could ask for. Around 80% on the season.
We've got a quick moment now to take a look at the long-term rebounding numbers over several seasons for KD.
It's a concerning trend for him. Whether he's lost some strength or just isn't putting in as much effort on the glass as he used to, he's not rebounding nearly as effectively anymore. And that's something that needs to change.
Both good from the line that time.
And still trying to find his footing in the league. Moutier must show improvement in his shooting moving forward.
Well, the Jazz's Quinn Snyder has become one of the most respected head coaches in the league. And think, guys, a player poll even had him ranked 7th among coaches they'd like to play for. And consider he's in Utah. That is not exactly a free agent destination.
And it's Exum with the ball, who will bring it up for Utah. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Ingles passes to Gobert. And that one is off. Great D that time from Jordan.
Pretty early to be over the limit. That foul situation is something we want to keep an eye on.
The Nets have been excellent at the free throw line here today. A flawless 6 for 6. And Doris, what is it, do you think, about Quinn Snyder that gives rise to that respect?
Well, you think about it. He played the game at a high level, of course, collegiately at Duke. He has paid his dues as a coach. He's got tremendous intellect for the game. And there's this growth mindset with him. He's always looking at himself. How can I get better?
How about the perseverance there, the extra effort on that offensive glass?
Out to the right wing. Goes up on the high post. A rebound by the Jazz. Gobert's got 6 rebounds now in the game. And stolen by Jordan. Oh, and here comes Kevin Durant all alone. No good from Irving. Jazz leading by 7. Here's Moutier, and they cash in right away with the quick shot. Moutier's got 12 points in the game.
This guy is cooking right now. He is leading them on the offensive end as they remain in front here.
Timeout called, the Nets. Doris, such an honor to be on this with you, and you were the first female to become a full-time NBA analyst, breaking new ground. You've accomplished so much in your life, personally, professionally. What would you tell young women who are graduating college, looking to get ahead in their career in what you've chosen?
Well, first and foremost, I've been very lucky, Kevin. The game of basketball has been a part of my life since I was 7. It's been a driving force. I love it. I would just tell young women, times are changing. Dream big. There's nothing that's impossible. And I'm so thankful to the NBA players and coaches who have just wrapped their arms around me from the time I entered this business. So kudos to those players who are part of the change, no question.
And hard work. I have seen you work. I have seen you prepare. No one prepares more. No one works harder than you.
Thanks, Kevin.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Chandler comes in for Kevin Durant, and Caruge is subbed in for Garrett Temple.
Well, the ability to score at all 3 levels makes Kyrie Irving a near impossible check. Good luck, fellas.
Here's Mitchell. Davis dishes to Gobert. Here's Mitchell. Goes up again. Gobert can't hit. Second chance shot. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
You simply must put a body on this guy. You know he's going to try to get to that glass.
That one misses for Davis. Basket counts, and it's an 11-point Jazz lead.
A little breakdown there, letting them get that rebound. You can't allow that to happen.
Here's Caruge. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game.
Great rim protection to prevent him from converting. Beautiful.
They get the rebound. Shot's good by Middleton. Middleton's got 12.
Yeah, and they have dialed it up a notch here, really battling to extend this run.
Irving passes to Prince. Knocks down the 10-footer.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
You know, we see this all the time, Greg. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
Jared Allen's checked in for Brooklyn. Karis LeVert comes in for Rodions Kurucs. Mike Conley's checked in for the Jazz. Jazz leading by 11. 1:15 left in the third quarter. Here's Davis. Allen with the rebound. Allen's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Irving against Conley. High arcing shot, and Davis sends it back. Middleton on the wing, guarded by Prince. Over Irving, and it's Conley that time on the assist by Davis. Davis has got 3 assists tonight.
That's a perfect mid-range jumper. All he needs is an inch of space, and they gave it to him.
LeVert the pass to Irving. Down goes basket number 6 for him this game. He's taken 12 shots and made half of them.
Boy, you can really see the playmaking evolving. When Karis LeVert is hitting wide-open teammates, it shows how special he can be.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
Chandler, and Davis sends it back.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And it's sent back by Allen.
This guy is a sensational shot blocker. Jared Allen twice on the pipes.
The first one falls. And both free throws good for Davis. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Jazz out in front as they end the third quarter with a massive 16-6 run.
Teams back then for Bill Russell, in no way diminishing the greatness of one of the game changers, both between the lines and outside the lines. Bill Russell will always be an historic figure, but it's very tough to compare eras. There's now 30 teams, nutrition, conditioning, coaching. There's just so much more information in the current era.
And it's sent back by Mitchell.
Donovan Mitchell twice on the pipes. The rejection is nice.
Inside, here's Davis, and it's wide right. It's off the rim.
What a masterful job on the defensive end. Did everything possible to alter that shot.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Shooting for Brooklyn, DeAndre Jordan.
He's off on the first.
At the line for 2.
And the second free throw, good. Utah leading by 19 points. Pass to Mitchell. That's in there. Conley with the assist.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
It's LeVert on the wing. Over Mitchell. And it's LeVert missing.
I'll tell you, no matter what he does, he can't find his rhythm, and you get the sense he's starting to press a little bit.
Brooklyn's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Middleton against Durant. Doris, isn't it interesting that we're seeing some teams with more three-point attempts than two-point attempts?
It's incredible, Kevin, that every year over the last decade you see more three-point attempts across all 30 NBA teams. And think about the Houston Rockets. In each of the last 2 years, the Rockets have actually taken more threes than twos. This is the evolution of the game. It is not going anywhere. There's 2 high-valued shots in the league. Restricted area twos, that means point-blank opportunities at the rim, and three-point shots, and everything else in between seems to be getting lost.
Rudy Gobert, he's checked in for the Jazz. And that one falls for Mike Conley.
4th selection back in the 07 draft, Conley has been a reliable guard for many years.
Outside Jordan, back to Irving. It's LeVert on the wing. Buries the long-range jumper.
Such a boost to this offense when this guy can knock down uncontested threes.
Pass to Ingles. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Conley's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one.
Well, he is just so good at getting to his spots. Joe Ingles is cooking right now.
Irving finds LeVert. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Jordan against Middleton. Back to Durant. Clock at 6. Shoots from 14. Again, the Nets for 2.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Jazz.
This is a game where defense, steals specifically, generating a lot of opportunities.
And it created possessions for them, scoring opportunities, and that effort, a big part of what will be a nice victory here tonight.
And so all the hard work here tonight converted into a tally in the win column. It'll be number 26 on the year.
And this is a win they wanted badly, guys. They did not want to get swept in the season series.
And a great team effort tonight, helped in large part with contributions, and the nice night it ended up being for Chris Middleton.
I think it would be impossible to overstate the influence he had on this basketball game. He was the centerpiece of what they did on the offensive end and the anchor of their defense. That's as complete a performance as we've seen.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. 36 seconds left in the fourth. Niang, no good. And turnovers have been the issue for him.
You can see the coaches have gotten into him a little bit about this. They've got to do a better job of taking care of the ball. Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
20 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And that one, good.
Spirited performance. You love to get this kind of win, especially on the road.
You've got to be able to block out all distractions in enemy territory. This team did a tremendous job staying focused on the task at hand.
That's his first personal foul.
First free throw is good.
At the line, your next, Garrett Temple. At the line for two.
And both free throws good for Temple. 11 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Out to the right wing. Now Exum, Ilyasova. And that comes off the assist by Exum.
And once they smelled blood in the water, you could see the killer instinct take over.
And you want to save your best for last. Tonight, they've done that and then some.
And so it's Utah easily grabbing the win. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need